welcome to another edition of the Forecheck presented by PointsBet. We are live from inside Little Caesars Arena. You're getting a nice look at the cable cam that is set up tonight, Ken. The first NHL team to have one. That looks pretty.
I wouldn't want to be that high, but looks pretty good out there, and I'm excited to see what it's going to look like on camera tonight.
That's right. Also excited that the Red Wings are back in town after a tough West Coast road trip. We'll get to talking about that in just a minute, but first we have some off-ice Red Wings news. Steve Yzerman announced earlier this week that Nick Lidstrom is rejoining the organization as the vice president of hockey operations. You know, they did a press conference with the media, Ken, and they both seemed very excited. Nick always said he wanted to get back into hockey, and I can't think of a more perfect role for him.
When I think of all-time great defensemen, I think obviously of Bobby Orr and Nicholas Lidstrom. And, you know, I look at the Red Wing management team right now, Daniella, and it's just sensational. And I think you have to build a team from the top down. We've got great ownership here with the Illiches, and trickles down to management with Steve Yzerman, Chris Draper, and his group. And also you've got Nick Lidstrom now, and he's got that ability to teach some of the younger defensemen and just play all different types of roles in this Red Wing organization. So then it trickles down to the coach and the players, and you have to be strong up top in order to be successful, and I think the Red Wings are strong up top.
And obviously Nick Lidstrom has a great relationship with Steve Yzerman from their playing days, and Steve even said it in the media availability that Nick was a voice of reason for him when Steve was the captain and Nick was wearing the A. So excited to see them at the helm of the Red Wings again and together. And you know, even Steve mentioned that if Nick wants to take the ice and play a couple games for the Red Wings, he can do that too.
I'm surprised that he didn't slip that contract in there and say, hey, Nick, can you help us in the second half of the season here? But yeah, he still looks like he's in great game shape.
Yeah, Steve should have just put it in the fine print, like must play, you know, 20 hockey games or something like that.
It definitely helped, that's for sure.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And one thing that would help the Red Wings tonight would be having Dylan Larkin back in the lineup, Ken. He missed most of Sunday's game in Anaheim, all of Tuesday's game in San Jose. He did skate this morning at morning skate, and Coach Blashill had him listed as a game time decision for tonight. Obviously leads the Red Wings with 32 points this season in 32 games. And hey, ironically, it's the first, well, today, celebrates 1 year that Dylan Larkin has been named captain. So we hope he's back in the lineup.
Yeah, really. And you can tell that the Red Wings miss him when he's not in the lineup. He does so many great things out there with the puck. He plays in all different types of situations, Daniella. Power play, penalty kill, regular shift. A lot of speed out there. And when he's not in the lineup, you really miss him.
Yeah, and not only that, he's the captain. So he's the motor for this team. And he does a lot of different things off the ice too. So hopefully we'll see him back in the lineup tonight. Again, that is a game time decision. So stay tuned during warmups to find out Dylan Larkin's status. Now we'll take a look back at that road trip that I mentioned, Ken, the West Coast swing. It was a tough one for the Red Wings. The first loss to LA was an ugly one, a 4-0 loss, and the Red Wings couldn't really get their offense going. The next two games in Anaheim and San Jose, the Red Wings did look better, forcing overtime, picking up 2 of a possible 6 points on that road trip.
Not a very good start with the Los Angeles Kings. They were outshot 22 or 27-2. Yeah. But you know what? The players were talking about getting off to a good start, and they just can't wait for things to happen out there, especially in those road games. They play a little bit different at home, and I expect the Red Wings to go after the Winnipeg Jets here tonight. But in the road games, I thought from the second period of the Anaheim game all the way through the entire San Jose game, the Red Wings played some pretty good hockey. And, you know, if they continue to play like that, they're going to get their share of points.
And every team has to deal with injuries, right? But we just talked about the absence of Dylan Larkin, which is a huge hole to fill. And then Riley Barber, who was put into the lineup for Tuesday's game, went out in the first period with a lower body injury. So the Red Wings, all things considered, did play well, forcing overtime, making sure they did pick up a point.
And I thought Nedeljkovic was pretty good. He earned the second star honors in that loss to the San Jose Sharks. And again, the Red Wings need that solid goalkeeping. I think they're getting it from Nedeljkovic. I'm sure he'd like to pick up a few more W's, but you know, he needs some help too from the skaters on the team. They got to put the puck in the net, and it's got to be from the second, third, and fourth line. The first line we talked about it, been carrying the load for the Red Wings offensively.
Yeah, that they have Tyler Bertuzzi a part of that top line, and he continued to carry the load on the road trip in the past 2 games. Ken, he has 4 points. He scored a goal both against Anaheim and San Jose, also picking up an assist in both of those games. And again, in the absence of Dylan Larkin, he's the kind of guy you expect to step up. He's been hot lately.
I really like, when we look at the highlights here, I just really like the way he knows where to be without the puck. And, when someone's going after the puck and they're digging it around, he's always moving in front of the net. And when you're always moving like that, it's hard to defend against a guy like that. But he's always in the right situation. We always talked about his great hand-eye coordination. And when he gets the puck, he usually buries it or he comes close and the goaltender will have to make a good save. But he's been terrific. 17 goals on the season, and he's picking up multi-point games on a regular basis right now, and that only helps Detroit.
That's right. 7 points in the last 5 games for Tyler Bertuzzi. 2 goals, 3 assists. Or I'm sorry, you can see it right there. 5 goals, 2 assists. That equals 7. Sometimes my math isn't great, Ken.
I like the +2 there, and he's playing a lot of minutes too. 20 minutes, almost 21 minutes.
And again, absence of Dylan Larkin, Tyler Bertuzzi is expected to pick up a larger load, and now they'll have a chance to get back on track tonight, Ken, here at Little Caesars Arena. You mentioned how great the Red Wings do play at home. The Winnipeg Jets in town tonight for the first time this season, and boy, are they dealing with some COVID-19 issues and some injury issues. They currently have 9 players on the COVID-19 list, and you can see that Paul Stastny is on there and Nikolai Ehlers also on there. Those are 2 big players for the Winnipeg Jets, and they're 2 big point scorers. But again, having just 9 players and having to call players up and finding players to fill those holes is going to be difficult for them.
Well, I'm surprised we don't hear the MASH thing, because that's exactly what that is. It's a MASH unit right now for the Winnipeg Jets. And, every team so far this year has gone through this type of situation. Heck, the Red Wings went through it for a couple of games. When we were out in St. Louis and Colorado, they had to go through all the players off and couldn't play because of the COVID protocol. And unfortunately for the Winnipeg Jets in this game tonight, and they haven't played for a week because they've had a couple of games already postponed, this is going to be a tough outing for them. They're going to count on Hellebuck, and we'll talk a little more about him in just a moment, but they need good, solid goalkeeping. They've got 6 or 7 new players in the lineup going into tonight's hockey game, and we'll see Cole Perfetti here tonight, who Michigan people know about. He was a great hockey player here. So it's going to be a difficult challenge for them, and they're trying to do the best that they can with limited players.
That's right. You mentioned Connor Hellebuck. Of course, Winnipeg is going to need solid goaltending from him, and he has been a solid goaltender all season long. He's one of 3 Winnipeg Jets with some Michigan roots, Ken. They also have forward Kyle Connor and then Andrew Kopp as well. Connor leads the Jets with 35 points so far this season, and Kopp has 22 points, each of them from local cities right here in the Metro Detroit area. Connor from Shelby Township, Michigan. Hellebuck from Commerce. He went to Walled Lake Northern High School, and then Andrew Kopp from Ann Arbor. So, hey, Winnipeg keeps taking our Michigan talents, but they're having some good luck with it.
Those Michigan Wolverines are putting a lot of players in the National Hockey League these days.
I wasn't going to say it, but Art Regner loves to talk about that, so I was going to save it for him later today.
Well, you know what, Connor Hellebuck, he's a terrific goaltender. I believe he's got 13 wins on the season, a couple games ahead of that 500 mark. But in order for the success of the Winnipeg Jets and for any team in the National Hockey League, you really do need outstanding goalkeeping. And over the last several years, he's been terrific for the Winnipeg Jets. Unfortunately, tonight they're going to be without some scorers, but he's going to have to stand tall between the pipes, because I'm sure the Red Wings are going to come out quick, focused, and will try and shoot as many pucks on him as they can.
A look at the goaltending matchup. Connor Hellebuck, a great goaltender. Alex Nedeljkovic, a great goaltender as well. So the 2 of them will be in between the pipes for their respective teams tonight. You mentioned Connor Hellebuck has 13 wins on the season, a .283 goals against average, and a .913 save percentage, compared to Nedeljkovic, who's got 10 wins on the season, a .287 goals against average, and a .915 save percentage. So very similar numbers between these 2 goaltenders.
Danielle, I feel bad for Nedeljkovic because, he's only won 2 hockey games, I think, in his last 7 or 8. And but it's not because he's played bad. I think he's played good. He's faced a lot of shots, but it's the responsibility of the players in front of the goaltender to really help him out. And what I mean by that is you have to have the forwards coming back. You got to play well in front. You got to limit those rebound chances and help the goaltender out. And if you are on defense and you can get that first pass to the forwards, get out of your zone quicker, that's only going to help the goaltender as well.
Well, when you look back at that 4-0 loss to the Kings, Ken, Alex Nedeljkovic actually played a really good game. He stopped 25 of 27 shots in that first period alone. He really kept the Red Wings in it, and that's something he's been able to do all season long.
Absolutely, but again, you need that offense too.
Right.
And we talked about balanced scoring. The top line's always getting it done for Detroit. They need a breather sometimes too. They just can't carry the load because the other teams are going to check those top line players, and it's going to be more difficult for them to score. So you got to round out the balance. I like the Red Wing power play. It's starting to come alive. They've got a power play goal in each of their last 2 games, and that'll help you win games as well if you can get your power play and penalty kill going.
How about Filip Hronek, a part of both of those power play goals? He scored the one on Sunday in Anaheim, and then Tuesday against San Jose, he had a beautiful assist to Tyler Bertuzzi.
And he's the leading minute getter for the Red Wings, and right behind him is Mo Siders. So he's a valuable member of this team, Filip Hronek. Started off a little bit slow point-wise, but the points are coming now in bunches for him, and that's only going to help Detroit.
Ken, we're going to take a look at the wild card standings right now for the Eastern Conference. The Red Wings are currently 5 points behind the Boston Bruins for that final wild card spot. But when you look, Boston has 4 games at hand. So what that means is the Red Wings have to pick up some points, especially in these 2 home games they have tonight and then Saturday against Buffalo.
Well, the Red Wings haven't been dynamic on the road. I think
Right.
they've won 1 of their last 8 road games, and they're going to start making up some games too in the month of February, and most of those are road games. So they have to find ways to get points on the road. But after a couple of points from Anaheim and also the San Jose Sharks, these are 2 big points on the table. They're playing against the shorthanded club in the Winnipeg Jets tonight, and if the Red Wings want to try to catch the Boston Bruins, they're going to need as many points as they can get. Right now, they're on pace for about close to 80 points, and that's just not going to get it done. I think it's going to take 95, 96 points to make the playoffs.
Well, the Red Wings have been playing really well at home, and we hope that you are coming down to the game tonight. Not only will you get to see some Red Wings hockey, but if you're one of the first 7,500 fans in the building tonight, Ken, check out what you're going to get.
Hi, this is Chris Draper, center of the grind line. This Thursday, come and get my bobblehead from the Winnipeg Jets. Ironically, the team that traded me for $1. Winnipeg, thank you. Detroit Red Wings, appreciate it. 4-time Stanley Cup champion since then. Go Wings, go grind line.
He's a big fan. He's ready. Like he said, against the team that traded him for $1. The best decision for him, that is, of Winnipeg's
What,
life.
the Red Wings go to the dollar store or something? we need a center iceman. Let's go get Chris Draper.
Chris
right,
Draper,
for
we
$1.
like him. We only need to give Winnipeg $1. We'll take him. You know, these are set on their younger days. Really compliments Draper.
But you know what? Draper hasn't aged that much. He still looks
No,
pretty
yeah,
good.
he does. He does. He's great. He's great. So, yes, presented by Coca-Cola. A big thank you to them for Chris Draper's bobblehead night. If you are one of the first 7,500 fans in the building tonight, you will get one. So make sure you get down here early. And before we wrap things up, for all of our betting friends out there tonight, make sure you download the PointsBet app if you haven't already. The line tonight is set at the Red Wings a +1.5, and then the over-under at 5.5. PointsBet Sportsbook is giving you more live betting than ever before. Don't just bet before the game. Download the app and bet all game long with it. More live betting, more live cash outs, and more ways to live your bet life. So make sure you're all downloading that PointsBet app today. Ken?
I'm hoping that the Red Wings score at least 5 or 6 today and send that number north a little bit because, you know what, the Red Wings need some they got to get going here.
Yep.
And you know, when you start scoring goals, it's something magical happens. The team feels good about themselves, and the Red Wings have a couple of games coming up against the Buffalo Sabres Saturday and Monday. Monday's game is in Buffalo, so they really have an opportunity right now to get a string going and get back into that wild card spot.
For those of you that are not coming down to Little Caesars Arena tonight, we'll miss you, but you can catch the game on Bally Sports Detroit or on 97.1 The Ticket with Ken Kal and his broadcast partner returning to the booth tonight, Paul Woods. I will miss you, though, Ken.
You know what? You did a really good
Thank
job,
you.
and I just want to say it was a pleasure working for you or working with you. And yeah, good to have Paul back. He's feeling a lot better, and we're back together again.
All right. Well, I'm glad you two are reunited in the
You're
broadcast
welcome anytime.
booth. All right. I love it. Don't say that. I might be up there way too often. Thank you all for tuning in to another edition of the Forecheck presented by PointsBet. We'll see you next time.